I'm nervous.
What? Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, now. Yeah.
Give them a few minutes to catch up. Audio's working good. It's video's good. Video's good.
Right, talk again. I hear that. You talk again.
How you doing? What's up, cigar enthusiasts? How are you guys? We're just gonna give it a few minutes. Let a few people log on. How are you? Thanks for coming on. If you're watching on the Cigar Enthusiast group page, on the description it says allow Facebook to share your comments, share your posts, your names with StreamYard, which is the application I'm using. Click that so we can see your comments. We are viewing your comments live here. What's up, Jessica? Thanks for coming on. What's up, Tyler? What's up, Ian? How are you guys? Hope everyone's doing well on this beautiful, amazing Saturday.
What's up, Spider?
Let's get this party started. What's up, cigar enthusiasts? This is Ray, cigar enthusiast, coming to you live from Daytona. We are at the Don Kiiki Cigar Superstore with the Queen of Cigars. Today's show is brought to you by Frontline Cigars in Chicago. So before we start the show, here's a little video I'd like to share with all of you. Hey, welcome back. So today we're with the Queen of Cigars, Karen Berger. Karen, thank you so much for allowing us to come here and host an event and spending time with us here at the shop, as well as doing a show with us with the cigar enthusiasts.
No, thank you so much to Cigar Enthusiasts and also Ray for having us to enjoy with us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Princess, everyone please welcome Princess J to the show.
What's up?
Check it out. Woo. Here we go, Princess Lee. Get your big there. Oh, it's not working. Nope, not working.
Uh-oh. What'd you do? He's paused, I'm not. So just in case you guys want to know, right behind me, this is actually Karen, and the leaves you see back here are from her place in Honduras. Are you back?
I'm back.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to try something.
Do it.
We're out of the air.
We were for a minute.
Uh-oh.
Am I
See,
here?
that's the voice of life.
Yep.
There we
All
go.
right. So, I'll be honest with you, cigar enthusiasts. I was a little nervous. Sitting down with the Queen of Cigars, doing my research, my history, knowing her personally, this was a really important interview for me to set up for, not just for me, but for you. we've all seen her online. If you follow her on Facebook, you follow her on Instagram. Um, she's always posting pictures and videos of herself smoking her cigars and her beautiful daughter. What's your daughter's name?
Antonella.
Antonella. I said it right?
Mhm.
She is so stinking cute.
She is.
We talked to my son Gabriel. He wanted to come here. He actually went to visit his mother, but he was hoping your daughter would be here so they can hang out with all of us. Your cigar brand came out at the ICPCR, right, in 2017, I think, 2016.
We introduced our first cigar in 2015 in New Orleans, in the IPCPR New Orleans, 2015.
Right.
Yes.
Has your brand or your blends changed from then till now?
Yes, we started with a new two blend of Don Kiiki. We started with the production of Don Kiiki Platinum and also Don Kiiki Gold Label, which was the last blend that Don Kiiki made. So I want to people know what is the last project of Don Kiiki. I am really proud because I was part of the Don Kiiki Platinum. I was working in that blend, in that particular blend, but the Kiiki Gold Label was the last blend that he made that.
The Don Kiiki, I've only smoked a handful. Last time I was here, I was able to take a few cigars home and sample them. The Gold I thought it was a really great cigar. What blend is, or if you can even say, it's all Nicaraguan tobacco.
I think in the whole line of Don Kiiki, the Gold Label is the most strange blend. So we use Arapiraca from Brazil for the rubber, and we use for the filler and binder Nicaraguan cigar.
Nice.
Always the same cigar that we produce in my factory, the same cigar we grow in the factory.
We were talking about the factory before we went on the show, and I was talking about Carmen Vasquez, who's the manager of I'm assuming the entire factory.
The entire factory, yes, Karen Berger.
One of the things that I admire about you is how I think you've turned the industry upside down and empowered women. Something that you said on Kevin Shahan's show on the interview, you said everyone's a queen. All the women in the industry, whether they're making cigars, supporting their husbands who buy cigars, like the ladies behind us. If I move over, you have Cigar Boss Lady in the house.
Woo!
From Boston. Move over this way. You have
The Queen.
the Queen's cigar in the house. The ladies, the cigars, the sisters of the leaf are here. And I think the way I see it, and watching you the last couple of years, you've empowered the women to kind of come out.
Yeah. For me, women in the cigar industry has having a really big impact. It's not from now; it's from the history. If I talk about the presentation that the woman in the cigar industry come long time ago, I can tell you that 75% people working in the factories and the farm is 70% the women that are working on it. So right now, we are breaking stereotypes in the cigar industry as a smoker, as a manufacturer, as a doing a really good presentation at many women in the cigar industry as a cigar boss lady, as a cigar queen, supporting the cigar industries. And as I say before, everybody, all the women, we are queen. Even the women that are support the husbands to smoke cigar, for me, they are part of the industry. And I am really blessed to have a woman in my factory who is running all the entire production since we opened the factory since 1998. So it's the same person, Carmen Berger. She is from my factory, and I am really blessed and can show you the big representation that woman has in the industry.
Now you're talking about Karen Vasquez, the factory. She's been there for how long?
More than 25 years.
So, like I asked before, it's safe to say that when you were there, rolling cigars. She was there with you.
She was my boss.
She was your boss.
Now I am her boss.
How things have turned, right?
Mhm.
I have a cigar queen in my life,
Yeah.
lady cigar enthusiast, my Jessica,
Wow.
and she supports me 110% with everything I'm trying to build with cigar enthusiasts. And in the future, as we continue to grow, our plan is to have a cigar shop, and we want to have a cigar, a cigar forward shop, a cigar that we can push out there.
That's
So,
amazing, and I am really thankful with Jessica because she is a really good queen. So she is the representation of all the women that support the husband. So she is an amazing representation of the queen
thank
of this industry. Congratulations, Jessica. Thank you for being part of this amazing industry. Thank you so much.
you.
Mhm.
I'm a little starstruck, aren't you guys?
Absolutely.
How
So,
are you, Allison, Ian, Ben, Kevin Gold? What's up, David, Brian? How's everyone doing? Princess, you have a question?
yes. So, Karen, I know right before we went on, you were telling me about this picture behind me, and you were telling me about the leaves and stuff. Can you let everybody know what this picture right here is and where the leaves are? You said this was on your plantation.
Yes. Your background means a lot to me. So this is the cigar factory in Nicaragua. That's my farm in Nicaragua. So we are a company. We have a vertical process from the seed to your hand. I am really proud that you are in this background because all the things beginning in that process, beginning in the process of the plantation to growing in a small seed, and you have at the end of the day the final product over here. So it's a process that are involved more than 200 people working for you have in your hand this kind of product. So that means a lot to me. My factory, my farm, it has a lot of meaning to me. So the crop is where everything beginning. So it has a lot of meaning to me.
One of the things I say to a lot of cigar enthusiasts started as a group. I was working at a cigar shop, and I was helping a lot of the new. I was a salesman, a lot of tobacconists, and we get a lot of customers that come in that don't know a lot about cigars and don't appreciate a cigar, whether it's a $2 cigar or that's a bundle cigar or a $30 cigar, and to make them appreciate the cigars, regardless of the price range, I always talk to them, tell them a story. And I started with the cigar that's in your hand. 200 plus people touch that cigar before you smoke it.
Right.
And if someone were to say on an hourly wage, if minimum wage is $12 an hour, and you're paying 200 people to make that one cigar you're smoking, that you're going to turn to ash in an hour, is that cigar worth $50? Is it worth 75? Is it worth $2? I think it is. So, and I talk about the seed, how they plant it, the curing process, fermenting, and so on before it makes it to us. And that's not including the shipping from
That's
the different
right.
countries to come here.
That's right.
So, that's what you just said. It's 200 plus people are going to make that cigar.
And I told you everybody the price of the cigar doesn't mean all the effort that we put to bring your cigar to your hands. So many people are in a range that I want to spend my money in the best cigar, the most higher price of the cigar, and doesn't matter for me. The best cigar doesn't matter the price. It's the cigar that you can enjoy and is good for your palate. Could be a cigar of $2, or could be a cigar of $45 as a padron cigar, whatever. But the effort and all the work that has every cigar, we need to respect that, all the sacrifice, and all the work that has involved to create or to produce that kind of cigar.
Your factory, how many employees do you have working at the factory?
We have different stations for people working in the factory. When we are growing tobacco, so we are in the process to grow the growing tobacco. So we have around more than 250 people working in the crop growing the tobacco. But
Wow.
usually in the production areas we have less people, so everything is good a period of the station we are growing, then we are in the production. So we have different people. So in the production area, I have around 14 couple people working in my production area. It's not the big things, but we are working to try to maintain quality and control of quality of my cigars.
When you're saying production, is that where they're rolling the cigars? Going
Yes.
through that process? That's
Blending,
production.
rolling, yes.
Blending. You told me a funny story, something I didn't know. So when you're blending cigars, right? And how many people are in the blending process? So you make a blend of this is the cigar, you blended it. You have to see if it's rolled well, if it's got a nice straw, how the flavors work. What's the process there on selecting your blends?
So this is the most part that I enjoy more than now. So we are involved around 8 people working. We don't grow rubber. In my factory, in my farm, we don't grow the filler, more spider, and all the filler that had the cigar. We usually take another distributor to buy the wrapper and all the things. So when we are in the process to blending cigar, we are around the 8 people looking for if the cigar, if all the blend, if all the tobacco leaf is working good. So we are 8 people working in the same area. So that means that we are trying different leaf of tobacco, different rubber, different visos de cualquiera, and that means that one cigar that we blend in every step that we are doing to create one blend, it passed the same cigar for 8 different months to see if the blend is the same for all palate, if we taste the same flavor, if we taste the same strain for that cigar, and it's really amazing things, and we share saliva, wherever you see. But it is amazing process. But this is the part of the create something that is not only one person involved. We had a group of people working together. At the end of the day, we had one selection to say, yes, that's the blend that we have.
So at the end of your blending, at the end of your tasting of the cigar, like Joe said, is everyone wearing your lipstick at the end of that?
Of course.
They all have red lips.
Of course.
Oh,
And then
goodness.
I'll tell you something. I don't feel the taste, but at the end of the day, it's an amazing experience. So, be part of your group, of your team. So we are a family. We are a cigar family. So it doesn't matter who came from the saliva or wherever. So we are working in a group to create something special for you to have in your hands.
And everyone in your factory, for the most part, everyone's been there 20 plus years. I mean, they've been there since the beginning.
That's correct. I am
They were
very-
there. Don Kiiki's family was originally from Poland. They went to Cuba. His father, Max, went to Cuba.
Yes, that's right.
In Cuba, he had tobacco farms and he had factories. He was blending Cuban cigars.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, well, the family come from Europe, from Poland. So because they have a really high fighting with the persecution that Jewish people have in that country, so they emigrate to Cuba. So they are starting a small production of cigar in Victoria de las Tunas. So in Victoria de las Tunas, they have a really area, so they start to growing tobacco, like I say in el jardín, in the garden.
the gardens, yeah.
In the garden. So they start to growing tobacco in the garden. So that's amazing thing because they had like a small boutique, and they sell everything products from meal, pharmaceutical products, and everything. And they are trying to introduce his tobacco to the small place that they have. So that's amazing thing.
It is. That is amazing. The start of that. Um, Don Kiiki was born in Cuba,
He born in Cuba.
and then he moved here to Florida, Miami, where they started his cigar brand down the line. That was Cuban Craft.
That's right.
Since then, you've separated from Cuban crafters and you've gone on your own. As a woman in the industry, was it hard for you to, or what's the way I want to phrase it? It's
Was it a difficult journey?
yeah, was it a difficult journey? Is there something someone told you in the past that said, look, as a woman in the industry, starting all this, it's going to be hard for you. You can't do it. And did you overcome that?
When my husband passed away, many people say you cannot do it. So sell your farm, sell your factory. You are not doing nothing. But no, I think and in my mind is keep my husband's legacy alive. And I know that cigar industries dominate very well by men. But I say that also as a woman in the cigar industry, we can good have a really good representation that woman has a lot of knowledge to keep it doing. So for me, it has been really hard because we are talking about that is a male industry. But in this industry, I am really proud of every step that I granted with all my effort, with all my work, with all my passion, and every rating, every review of the magazine. And the most important thing is not the review. For me, the most important thing is when I receive a text from Messenger or in my post, the people that try my cigar and they say that they fell in love with my cigar, that's my reward. At the end of the day, I say that the cigar talks by itself. I am a woman representing um, a female woman in this industry, but I not make cigar for a woman. I make cigar for enjoy to everybody in the industry. I keeping some legacy alive. I am really proud of everybody. I am really thankful that everybody who has the opportunity to try my cigar and they say that they like it. So that's my reward.
That's a great reward.
Yeah, it is.
One of the things that I said I respect about you, and I had some notes that I wrote down, you're first class. You represent yourself at a very high standard, and you demand respect. You command it, but you do it in a genuine fashion. You're not overpowering, and like you're the boss. You're just so easygoing, so nice to talk to. You're super helpful. The first time I spoke to you here at the shop, I've been trying to interview you since June, and I wanted to make sure that I represented you in a good light. I wanted to make sure my equipment was going to represent you and show you the right way. So I wanted to hold off. Your daughters, you have two daughters that are following in your footsteps. Antonella is always here. Okay, every time I come here, she is running around. And then your daughter Genesis she is your twin. First off, she knows cigars. What is the legacy? What do you want to leave your daughters? What's the legacy that you want to pass on to them?
As I told you before, it's really hard to keep a woman have a really good representation in the cigar industry. But I am really proud. I had a family. I am working for keeping some legacy alive. But for my daughters, they are fell in love with the cigar industry. So we were in vacation in Nicaragua. My daughter doesn't go to anywhere, so she stay in the factory. She know how to put the label to cigar. She know how to make a bundle of cigars. So I am really proud of that. And my daughter say, "Mommy, your English is really bad, but I want to keep your all the effort that you do. I want to keep your legacy and of course my father's legacy, and that's an amazing thing."
That's beautiful. Princess, you have something. I see you smirking over there.
Absolutely. I love the fact that you really stress how women are just so important in this industry, and it really shows in the products that you do, because I'm having your K by Karen Maduro, and the quality of that cigar is just absolutely amazing, and the flavors are exactly what you said they were going to be. So my question is when I want to talk about the Maduro, because that's what I'm smoking right now. And you told me, you're like, it's like having a chocolate bar. And I was like, okay, I've had a lot of people tell me that. It's like having a dark chocolate bar. What was your inspiration for coming up with this blend?
I am a full body smoker princess. When I create that blend, of course, with other people, we are working in a team. It's not only my work. At the end of the day, I take the last part of say, okay, that's the blend that I like it. So it's my last opinion. But when you create a blend, I feel all the tastes that I want to have in a Maduro wrapper. I don't want to create something full body smoker that oh my god is too strong for me. I want something to medium to full body, and that cigar represents the thing that I want to. I like how my chocolate bar because it has all the taste, all the notes, has a lot of coconut nuts flavor, spice, kind of spice flavor, and that's the thing that I want. So I call my chocolate bar because represent all the taste, all the flavor that I want to recreate in that particular blend. And also, if you see the shape, is a box press, so almost all the chocolate bar come in a box press. So that's why I call my chocolate bar in my particular way. And of course, because I can taste my chocolate taste, my cocoa taste, my nut taste, and all the flavor that I want to recreate in that cigar. It is one of my favorites.
So we're talking about the
It's now
cigar.
my favorite too.
It's a great cigar. I was smoking the Maduro. Now I'm smoking the Connecticut. Um, this has a really nice draw. Very mild, really enjoyable. I think it's a good morning stick, but it's a good all day cigar, especially for someone that's new to the industry. Um, your K by Karen, which is what you have here, which one is that?
Um, no, that's a representation of the
The Habano?
that's the Havana.
So you have the K by Karen. How many different blends do you have with this one? Or Vitola?
Okay, in the K by Karen Berger, we have three different blends. And the K by Karen Berger cigar comes in three different wrappers, the Connecticut, Havana, and also the Maduro wrapper, and only in three different shapes, Robusto, Toro, and Salomon box press, which is my favorite formato, my favorite Pitola. I love that. So, yeah, and everything is come from Ecuadorian wrapper, and all the filler and binder come from my farm in Nicaragua.
So we were talking about this before. So the Robusto, the Toro, everyone has a Robusto. Everyone has a Toro. I don't hear Solomon used a lot.
Your life on the best right.
And from what I've read, it comes the Solomon is a 7 1/4 cigar, 57 ring gauge, and it's really difficult to roll. It's one of the most difficult cigars to roll. You need master blend, master roller, really working on that particular cigar. What made you choose that?
I choose that because it's a particular size. So we use that size in one of my original blend of Don Kiiki. We use that for Don Kiiki brown label, which is a small figurado. So I want to recreate that small figurado in a bigger size. That's why I recreate the Salomon box press this particular style of K by Karen Berger. And I fell in love with the cigar. It's a really hard to produce that cigar. We are talking about that. It's a figurado shape that comes in different parts to rotate the cigar in different molds to take that particular shape. In all the process, the dropper could be break and all the things, and it's really hard to do that. But I fell in love with that shape, and I want to be present with that kind of shape.
It's a beautiful cigar. I don't see, like I said, I don't see that a lot. And I think the K by Karen really nailed it on making that cigar. It's a beautiful made cigar. The presentation is spectacular. The flavors are great. The burn on that cigar is fantastic. So if you guys haven't had the opportunity to check out that cigar,
And there is something great that you know about that. So when I started the production of the K cigars, So I was really involved with all the designs. So Manny Iriarte, who is the same guy who worked for Arturo Famine, all the things he recreate all my thoughts about the thing that I want to do. So Manny Iriarte was the person who create all design in the boxes and everything. I told my history and he take all part of my history and he make all the design.
That's beautiful. Um,
So I got a question really quick. It's actually a question from a one of our people online from Boston, Jimmy. He wants to know, what was it like growing up in Nicaragua? Were you guys able to hear me?
yeah, I heard you.
So what is the
So
question?
Boston Jimmy wants to know what was it like growing up in Nicaragua? Naciendo ahí, creciendo en Nicaragua.
So I am really proud to be native from Nicaragua. I can say the only female woman in Nicaragua that is growing tobacco and be part of the Chamber of Commerce of Tabacaleros of Nicaragua. I am the only one. We had a lot of people that were invest in my country. I am really thankful. People from Cuba as many brands, I can tell you. But be part of the Nicaragua, be a woman from Nicaragua, native from Nicaragua means a lot to me. So I am a really good presentation of woman working for all the dreams, so you can do it and also be part of the cigar industry. It is amazing thing to me.
I mean, I'm trying to think how to word this. You started rolling cigars when you were 18 years old.
18, yes.
So the times were different. It's Nicaragua is completely different than America, right? So how did you get into the industry? Because I know that are there a lot of jobs out there, or do the men and women in Nicaragua really flock and go to the factories to try to find work? How did you get into the factory? How did you start working there? What was your plan?
When I start,
Yeah. Pero
Well-
¿cómo hiciste? I don't know how to word this. But what made you decide to work as a roller?
well, the first thing that I decided to be in industry because I was taking my career as a business administration. I don't have enough money to support my career, so I decided to get to the cigar factory because one of the big things that we had a lot of people that invest in my country. I really thankful for all the big companies that are involved in the Nicaragua industry. So that's one thing that I think because it is a work that we had a lot of profit and we had a really good salary. So in that way, I can support my career. So that's why I take the opportunity to start to working in the cigar industry. That's my root. So and I fell in love with that.
It fell in love with you. It fell in love with you. Hey Barry, how are you? Dustin, how are you guys? What's up? What's up, Alexis? What's up, Sweepy? Guys, if you have any questions for Karen or I, Princess J is going through the comments. It's a little hard for me to go through them right now where I'm sitting. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you'd like to come onto the show as well, feel free to come onto the show and ask us a question live. We have room for 2 guests. If you want to come on, let Princess J know that you'd like to come onto the show, and we'll send you an invite. All right. So we have a question from one of our guests right across from us, Joe. Would you like to come onto the show?
Sure.
Come right over here. You get 2 questions.
Oh, I get this driver's seat.
Uh-oh.
Wow. First
Hey,
off,
Joe.
I am living right now. I have the Reina right here. So my question was, when we were talking about deciding to go into the factory, when you went into the factory, How long did it take you to learn how to roll all of the different sizes of cigars?
It took me a lot of time because it's not something that you learn in 2 days or 3 days, 1 week. So to have the perfection to rolling cigar and also to blending cigar and mint all the process, it takes a lot of time. Even I can tell you that right now I don't have the knowledge of all the process. I am still learning because every day we had different techniques in the cigar industry. We had a lot of innovation in the cigar industry, and I keep open to learn every day of all the steps that our big industry has for us to bring you the best cigar, the best choice, and the best quality.
Okay. Very cool. Oh, look at that. So, were you very difficult? Were you hard on yourself when you were learning how to roll?
It was really hard. It was really hard because it's something when I was working as a rolling tobacco, so you don't know what are you doing. So you are doing the last step in the to get the product in your hand. But then when I start to introduce my person in all different parts of making cigars, so you understand how really hard to take one cigar, to take one blend different than the other cigars that are already in the industry. So has the difference to have one blend to different blend is a big large process. So you are talking about mixing different wrappers, mixing different fillers, mixing different things, variety of tobacco seed, of course. So it's a really long process, and I am still learning about all the process
I imagine so. So,
So,
did you start off as a bonchero,
as a roller.
as a roller, right to a roller?
Yes,
That's difficult.
it is. But the most funny thing that I enjoy right now is to create the blend.
That's awesome.
all right. So we actually have a question from one of our guests or one of the people in the chat.
Thank you very
They
much.
wanted to know. They wanted to know what K by Karen would be considered a full body cigar.
Say that one more time.
Brian asked, "So what is the best full body cigar by Karen?"
So in the K by Karen line, which is the best, or which cigar would you recommend as a full body
The
cigar?
K Maduro is a medium to full body cigar. It's an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper, filler and binder. Comes from my farm. The cigar that I grow in on my farm. Of course, we have different mix between Jalapa and also Condega cigars, but it is amazing cigar.
All right. So the next question is from Ian Simpson, and he asked, "Karen, I really like to have my wife enjoy cigars with me. What's your thought on the best cigar to get her started with?"
I would recommend my Connecticut. So that's a cigar that I cannot say that it's a light cigar. That cigar that has the strength of that cigar is a medium body cigar. But this cigar is not too strong for people that start to begin into a smoke cigar. It's a cigar that you can enjoy whatever you want in whatever time that you want. It's a medium body cigar. It is amazing blend. Has a particular characteristic, has a personality, has a really nice combustion. And of course, I recommend for everybody who starts to smoke cigar, start with a small vitola as a robusto size, which is a very small size.
Right.
And I recommend that size, and then you can go one step more with that photo size.
With so you also have our viewers are asking some questions. Buddy Warren, he says, "What is Karen's favorite cigar?" And before you answer
Yes. Get specific.
this, before you answer this, I'm going to ask, be a little specific because I know you. I know that you love all cigars. You're a big supporter of the industry. It's not just about a particular cigar. But if you're sitting home on a Saturday night, watching the kids in the pool, relaxing, or going to one of the hotels, not the K by Karen, what cigar would you choose to smoke?
I have two particular brands that I love a lot. First is Oliva.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Oliva cigars, and of course I have my sticker about that. But I love Oliva cigars, and also one of my favorite cigars is AJ Fernandez. And of course, a small boutique cigar, I support a lot Galan cigar. Felix Mesa produce amazing cigar. El Galan cigar, all the line of Galan cigar, I fell in love with that cigar. So that
Me too.
particular brand, so AJ Fernandez, Oliva, and also El Galan cigar. I love that cigar.
Bellas Artes.
For all of you watching, we did a episode at the El Galan shop in Miami. So go check that out. Felix Mesa has a really nice selection there. El Galan cigars you can find right here at DonKiikiCigars.com. DonKiikiCigars.com. You have, I believe, 3 blends here currently of the El Galan cigars.
Doña Nieves.
Right.
Doña Nieves.
Is that the one with the red label?
No, this is the white label.
The red one here.
Is El Galan.
El Galan, that one's is
It's
fantastic.
an amazing box press. All the vitolas come in a box press.
Box press, yeah.
And the Doña Nieves, which is a lighter blend, come in a round cigar, which is also an amazing cigar.
Ian Simpson says, P.S. I love to see what you and Princess J are doing in this industry. Ian, thank you so much. It's a lot of hard work. What we're trying to do is honestly promote the brick and mortars. That's what we're doing. It's not. We can all purchase cigars online, but when you're purchasing a cigar online from a brick and mortar specifically, you are allowing someone like Karen and Ben, who's the wholesale VP here in the shop, to purchase more cigars. You're allowing them to keep the lights on. You're allowing them to give us somewhere to go and relax and smoke a cigar within our peers. All right, and that's something that's important to me. And I told you this in my very first episode. The reason I smoke cigars, I was in the Army, and there was an incident where we came under mortar fire. We were attacked. And sometimes I get a little bit emotional. So if I tear up, if my voice starts to crack up, I apologize, but it's who I am. It's where I was. It takes me there. My brother came under mortar fire on the same camp I was stationed in. He was working the back gate. And on the radio, it came over that Soto is down. Soto is down. We have a man down. They were calling for a medevac. My soldiers came running into my room, or we didn't have a room. We have like a bay in Iraq, and asked if I was okay. And I'm standing there. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm laying down. Immediately, I knew that they said over the radio, Soto was down. So my boots were on. I grabbed my firearm. No helmet, no flak vest. I was barely dressed. Jumped in the Humvee alone, and I took off. As I'm driving through the gate, because I called the soldiers to open up one of the first gates where my camp was at, so I can head back to the rear gate where my brother was. I started driving through an empty field, going 70 miles an hour. Mortars were coming down around me, in front of me, behind me. Nothing was going to stop me from getting to that gate. When I finally got there and I jumped out of my Humvee, ready for combat, my mentality was my brother's hurt and I'm here to protect him. That's what I've always done my whole life. His staff sergeant, Jose Velez, runs up to me, grabs me and says, he's fine, he's okay, we're taking care of him, to calm down. He walks me over to my brother, and I did not know what to expect. And my brother was sitting on rubble. A mortar hit the wall directly beside him, and it blew up towards him. Um, but he wasn't injured, thank God. And I hugged my brother. Every emotion that came to me that day was, it didn't disappear, but I relaxed when I hugged him. I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do if my brother's gone? What am I going to tell my mother? What am I going to tell my brother Michael? What am I going to tell my dad? Um, how am I going to live with myself? How am I going to stay in country? Because I am not going home. That night, we all went back. They switched shifts. We all went back to the barracks, and the interpreters that were with us had brought the other NCOs, the non-commissioned officers, cigars. So we created a bonfire, and we all started smoking cigars. Every single time I light a cigar, the aroma of a cigar, the taste of a cigar takes me back home. Home is not here for me. To this day, this is not home. Home is the desert. Home is the sandbox. Home is where my military, U.S. Army brothers, Marines, Navy, Air Force are fighting every single day. That is my home. That is where my mind is on a daily basis. That is where my heart is every single day. I go to sleep with it. I wake up with it. To this day, and I got out in 2007. Cigars mean more to me than you guys can imagine. Um, my challenge point and the motto that I say throughout my site and through Cigar Enthusiasts, it is a passion, it is a lifestyle, it is a culture, and it is all of that for me. Like I said, every time I smoke a cigar and I smell the aroma of a cigar, it takes me back to combat. For a minute, I remember what happened there. I remember the soldiers we left behind. I remember the smell of the gunfire. I remember my brother. And those emotions always come back to me. And this helps me take a step back and relax, and allows me to remember that this is home now. And people like Karen that are leaders in the industry are giving us an amazing outlet. And I'm talking from a soldier standpoint, but for all of us, it's an outlet. Whether it's coming home from work and you need that 30 minutes to an hour to relax, so you grab a Robusto or you grab your Toro cigar and you sit out back and you relax. You take your kids camping, you take your kids somewhere, and you spark up that cigar. And Karen and I were discussing this earlier. That's where it takes me. When you smoke a cigar, to go on a better note, when you smoke a cigar, cigars to all of us, it's sensory, it's taste, it's flavors. Um, when you smoke a cigar, when you taste the cigar, where does it take you? Where does it remind you of? Where are those memories of that cigar take you?
For me, it's the beginning. It's my beginning since I was sitting in a factory working with a lot of partners, with a lot of co-workers in the factory. So that reminds me of my roots. So where I came from. So of course, and to have the opportunity to enjoy a cigar is create memories. To you have to give your relaxation time and enjoy your cigar, of course. And for me, remind me all the process has I've been taking when I was sitting in a chair in a cigar factory, sharing my time with all my co-workers and doing something. Could be for you, could be from another people, could be from a private label, but remind me all the effort that we are when we are working, sitting in a factory and trying to do our best to have you the quality and you have the satisfaction to smoke a really good cigar. So remind me of the work that we have to do and the effort that we are working to create a cigar.
second, guys. His computer will be right back on shortly. There we go. You're back.
Good, we're back. Your history, you said it takes you back to the.
Oh, hold on. One moment, guys. It'll be right back here shortly. You just have a lot on there. You're back again.
We're back, you said?
Yeah, you're back again.
Guys, we go live from the shops. Internet sometimes a little sketchy. It's one of the things that I really admire about you. It's that you're so genuine. A lot of people in the industry, they do forget where they came from and where they started. And I think you carry that with you everywhere you go. You do.
That's one part that made me proud of that. I started from the beginning, and really thankful for all the knowledge that I once acquired in this long process. But I never forget the time that I was sitting between all my coworkers, between all the people that I was working with me, and that's most the beautiful experience. At that time, I didn't know how to take the cigar. I am also working to make your cigar, but now I had the opportunity to and work for you and try the opportunity to blend your cigar and work with your cigar. So that's an amazing thing. But I never forget my roots. So had the opportunity to bring you, as I told you before, it's more than 200 hands working in that process. But in my case, had the opportunity to bring you the last step that I was working on that to put the rubber in the cigar and give you the opportunity to see the head of the cigar, the cap of the cigar, and give you the perception of what it is quality in that cigar. And what amazing things if you try that cigar and you can have the opportunity to try that blend and see what is all the work that we made for you, man, that means a lot to me. That's my first memory. So I never forget. So even in that way, I am still working doing blend. I am rolling cigar, and for me, every time that I had an event and they require me to roll in cigar, for me it's the best experience because I reminded when I start and where we are when I am right now. So that's wonderful experience.
It's amazing.
That's one of the things. I'm sorry. I was going to say that's one of the things I love about you because every time you talk about the cigar, it's not this is the cigar I made. No, you talk about it as I'm making this for you. I'm doing this for you because I'm about bringing you joy. And I love hearing how you sit there and say, when I'm rolling a cigar. So you can tell that is one of your favorite things to do is when you're rolling that cigar, it reminds you of all the love that you put into that cigar that you're about to give to someone else. And so do you find that when you're rolling your cigars that you just find yourself filled with joy or like when you're doing it?
Yes, yes, it's a lot of process, but right now I can tell you, for me, it's since the beginning to the end. So I enjoy every part of all the process. And for me, as you told before, it's not only the process to make a cigar, it's also have our representation of that cigar. And I can give you for me, there are three essential part to making cigar. First is quality, is not quantity, and also has the consistency in that cigar, in that particular brand. That means that the same cigar that you are smoking today is the same cigar you are enjoying, the same blend 20 or 30 years ago. If you don't like that particular blend, I don't want to change the blend. I can improve and doing another blend can maybe satisfy your palate. But when you create a blend and you are established as a blend. So that blend means that it is for the satisfaction some particular customer. You bring the quality, you bring the flavor for that particular customer. I cannot change the blend. I can do something better for other kind particular customer, every different palate. I say in my life, there are no bad cigars. All the cigars are good. The construction, we are talking about the flavor, but there are some problems in a cigar, of course. But all
It's
the
a
cigar,
natural product.
it's all the cigars are good. All depends in your palate. For colors, different cigars too. So that's my opinion, my humble opinion.
So you make cigars for a lot of different manufacturers, and you're actually pretty big in the European market.
Yes.
Is the K by Karen in the European market, and is it a different blend?
No, we are working in European market. We had another big distribution right now in Spain. We have Casa de Tabaco working in all Spain, and also we have Les Epicurean. So is they are working in all Switzerland territory, and we have also representation in Germany, Czech Republic, and Cyprus.
Wow.
But of course, Esteli Cigar Factory will make a lot of private label for bigger market brand, European market. So, but we can keep that secret. But we are doing amazing things with private label brand in European market as well here in United States.
Right. So, for you cigar enthusiasts, we've been playing around at making a cigar for the cigar enthusiasts. So, how would we? How would it sound to you if we made a cigar with you for the cigar enthusiasts that are watching now?
For me,
A blend for us, for them.
it would be a privilege to be part of the cigar industry. Create your own blend.
So you
For
see?
me,
I'm old school. We're gonna shake on it.
Yeah.
Cigar enthusiast cigars coming to you, cigar enthusiasts, soon.
I love the collaboration. I'm really glad to be part of your project.
Yes.
You heard it here first. It's coming.
And you know it'll be made with love.
I know it will. We were talking earlier about paving the way for the Sisters of the Leaf. Okay, and today we were graced with and honored with the queens behind us. Yeah, we have the entire royal court,
Yes, we do.
crowns and all. You'll see the pictures later, crowns and all. So we're going to announce coming on to the show, first time, Cigar Boss Lady. Please look up Cigar Boss Lady on Instagram. She comes to you from Boston. We, cigar enthusiasts, we're going to be in New Hampshire next month. Boss Lady is hopefully, if all goes well, she'll be joining us
She's
at the
here.
cigar shops to do a show. Can I take that? She's going to sit right here with us. Humble. Welcome to Cigar Enthusiast, Cigar Boss Lady.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you
Thank
guys.
How,
Hi.
how long have you had your Instagram page for Cigar Boss Lady?
9 months.
9 months? So I've been following you for 9 months.
You have.
I've been following you for 9 months. You've been following me for about 3 hours.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Yes.
So having you here, for me, it's great because I'm a big supporter of the Sisters of the Leaf, and we are coming out with a challenge coin just for you ladies.
Oh, really?
Yes, I will show you the design off air because it's something that's really important to me, and to represent the ladies of the cigar industry, because what a lot of people, thank you,
Thank you.
got it, that's good. Joe's my cameraman. Joe Watts, everybody. Hand him a applause.
Cameraman, thank you.
Gotta have all the people.
Every woman in the cigar industry that I've met knows more about cigars than I do. Guaranteed.
Except me.
No, not you. Especially, you're amazing. The thing with the difference with what I do versus what you do, you're smoking cigars. You're advertising all the cigars in the industry that you smoke. There's a lot of people that might see.
You support all the
All of
brands.
them.
I love them, especially yours. Not because she's sitting right here. The reason why I came to Boston is because I wanted to meet her.
Florida. Oh, you went to Boston?
No, but I came from
From
Boston.
Boston, okay.
It's because I wanted to meet her. You know, what you're saying?
So, how was that experience for you meeting Karen?
Oh my God, way better than Instagram. She's way better in person. She's so humble. I admire her so much.
So do we. All of us.
And the service and the friendship and the family. Thank you.
She takes us all in. It's
She
like we're her
does.
children in her. She takes us in. She invites us into her home, into her world.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Today, I saw when I was trying to get myself set up. What I saw was not an event. Right? We have a lot of people here, guys. You can see them behind us downstairs. Quinn is here playing music. We have a great spread of food from Bravos that you provided for us. We have arroz con gandules. We have pernil. We have plantains. I mean, it's amazing. We don't. What you do is integral in our industry. We need women as well as men in the industry promoting cigars, introducing us to cigars. There's some cigars that you might have in Boston that I might not see here in Florida. So that's why I follow you, because I see you smoking a cigar, and I'm sure people send you cigars. I'm like, I've never tried that, and I'm online trying to order that. So you're supporting the industry on a different level, and that's something I truly admire, truly respect.
Thank you.
So today, when you came here to the shop, hang out with us, what I saw downstairs was family. You're all sitting around the bar, drinking, eating, talking. It wasn't an uncomfortable feeling sitting here with Karen like she's the boss of the world, the queen
Exactly.
that
The
she
real
is.
queen and
The
boss.
real queen of cigars.
I just have the name.
Yeah. The cigar that you smoked today, just now you were smoking the Connecticut K by Karen. What do you think about that cigar?
I love the cigar. It's so smooth.
Right.
And yes, it's my second time, and it's not going to be my last time.
Right.
I definitely recommend it. I really love it.
Awesome.
Yep.
And when you smoke the Cigar Enthusiast blend sometime in the next year,
Great. I'll let you know.
outstanding.
So boss lady, I got a question for you too. First of all, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today. I had a great conversation with you earlier, and I totally adore you. I adore the both of you so much. So my question to you is this. If there was one thing that you could change in the industry for women, what would it be?
More union. More union with us. Exactly that. More union, more family, more support between us. It's not a competition. We're not here for a competition. We're here to build each other up, to level up each other. So it definitely that, more union. Because when we're united, we're definitely better.
We are more strong.
And
We are
strong.
more strong. When we are united, we
Jerry.
are more strong.
Look at me. Exactly. Look at me. I feel like I know her for years.
Right?
Join us.
That's right. That's right.
I feel like she collects us as her loved ones, and like as soon as we walk in the door, she's like, "Okay, you're mine now."
Yeah, I'm hers. I'm hers. I'm definitely hers. I adore you, by the way, as well. We had a great conversation, and you're a sweetheart. And your voice, oh my God.
I love you.
They can eat next to us.
My queen,
If I'm here,
she made this happen.
Come
She
on,
made
bro.
this happen.
I love her too.
Karen, I just wanted to say thank you so much for allowing us to come here today. Meeting you I've met you before, but sitting down with you today, talking to you downstairs, go ahead. You do it. You know you want to.
I kind of wanted to though. That's why I was the first one.
I'll give you a story later, guys. I'll come on live later on and tell you about this beard, and I'm never washing it again.
Can I say something? We're not in a band. The reason why we're dressed the same is because I own the brand, and we decided to wear the T-shirt because exactly what you asked. As a union and support, we are supporting each other. So that's the reason why we're dressed.
What's the name of the brand?
Ritneri. Ritneri.com. RITNERY.
So check out ritneri.com. On Instagram, please follow Cigar Boss Lady and shit.
The Queen.
The Queen's Cigar. The Queen's Cigar. Karen, thank you so much for allowing us to come here. It was amazing sitting down here.
I need to say something. So I am really thankful because I had the opportunity to having you in my house, and also they had the big presence of Cigar Boss Lady. Also has his own brand, so he's working in his own entrepreneur business, and also I am very thankful with the Queen Cigar Mayerly that she's not only support my brand, she has a lot of knowledge, and she's supporting a lot of brand on the cigar industry, and I'm really thankful because we are women, so we are here to support each other.
Yes.
And not forget something is not here in the camera, which is Jessica. So she is part of the Queen too.
Come on, baby.
Come on, Jessica, you can't be there.
So also many thankful for all the women who has been part of the cigar industry supporting his husband, even not smoking or smoking, all the women that we have here that has a really good presentation, supported different brands because it's not only my brand. So this is a big word that are an amazing cigar. We need to support each other and with a lot of knowledge. So all here we are a woman of the leaf. So thank you so much, and I am encouraged to all the women to smoke cigar, and also if you're not smoke cigar, support your husband to smoke cigar.
Exactly. We love you, Karen.
Cigar enthusiasts, we are going to wrap it up. We are going to start a Zoom meeting with everyone here, with you in the next 10 minutes, so you can be a part of the event here today. I will post that in just a few minutes. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you that have followed us, that have watched the show with us today, that have commented. Please like, share, get on the YouTube channel that we have, Cigar Enthusiast YouTube channel, and subscribe. Please check out the ladies that we discussed here today on Instagram. YouTube. Stay classy, stay smoky, and we'll see you next time.
Yo decía, vendré con mi